Okay, in this video activity what I want you to do is observe the reaction between baking soda and vinegar, and what we're going to be using is 1, 2, and 3 grams of baking soda and keeping the amount of vinegar the same. We're going to be using 125 milliliters of vinegar. I want you to make some observations as you watch the reaction, but I also want you to record the amount of time that it takes for the reaction to occur. So I'll say ready, set, go. Combine the baking soda and vinegar, and you can time the amount of time that it takes for the two things to react. Okay? Record your data, put it into a table, make a graph of the amount of time that it takes for the reaction to occur, and then predict how much time would it take for 4 grams of baking soda. Okay, so we're going to do 1 gram right now. Get your stopwatch ready. Set. Go. I'm going to stir it a little bit just to make sure that it's all mixed up really good. And you can see this one reacts pretty quickly. As soon as the foam goes down and it stops bubbling, that's going to be a pretty good indication that the reaction is over. You can still see there's some bubbles down there in the liquid. And this one's getting pretty close to being done. Ooh, in fact, if there aren't, oh, there's still some bubbles on the bottom. And ready, set, stop. Okay, we're ready to do 2 grams. Ready, set, go. You might also make an observation about the amount of bubbles and the amount of foam that's produced with each of the 3 different amounts. Remember that we're keeping the amount of vinegar the same. It's 125 milliliters. What we're changing is the amount of baking soda. It's still reacting, it's still bubbling. One of the things that I want you to think about as you analyze your data is to think about how would the reaction occur if we had vinegar left over, or if we had baking soda left over. What does that tell you about the reaction? And I think we're getting pretty close on this one. Still bubbling a little bit. And I think we're ready, set, stop. And now we are ready to do 3 grams of baking soda with 125 milliliters of water. Ready, set, go. So too, notice we had a little bit spill over the side of our jar this time. One of the things that you need to think about here is, as you watch this reaction and timing, what happens if we have extra vinegar left over or extra baking soda left over? What does that tell you about the reaction? Okay, this one's still going pretty good. Okay, still quite a few bubbles being produced off the bottom. we're getting close to being done, but I think the important thing to observe here is that there's still quite a bit of baking soda left on the bottom of the jar. In fact, I think we're getting very close to being done. You can see how cloudy the water gets when I stir it. That's the baking soda being mixed up in, and that there's still just a little bit of bubbling coming up off the bottom. Alright, I think we're going to call that time. Ready, set, stop. And I want you to observe something here. I'm going to take some more vinegar, and I'm just going to pour some vinegar in there. And watch what happens. What does that tell you? As you build your table of your data, of your times, make a line graph, and then think about the amounts of the materials and how the amount of the materials affects the reaction. That's what we're getting at.